The restaurant lights were soft, golden, the kind that made everything look perfect except for the girl sitting quietly in the corner. Her dress was plain, her shoes a little worn, her hair tied back as if she hadn't expected to be noticed. Everyone else looked polished, laughter, perfume, flashing phones, but she sat still, holding her purse with both hands, eyes fixed on the tablecloth. Across the room, a man in a tailored suit adjusted his cufflinks. His name was Aiden, a CEO known for his sharp eyes and colder instincts. He was used to being impressed by beauty, by status, by perfection. But when his eyes met hers, something shifted. There was no calculation, no sparkle of ambition, just calm, unguarded honesty. Before I tell you what happened next, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. Tell me where you're watching from. He walked over. His friends watched, half smiling. They'd arranged this blind date as a joke. "She's not your type," one of them had said. "You'll last 5 minutes." But 5 minutes stretched longer than anyone expected. When Aiden sat down, the silence between them felt heavy, yet peaceful. She looked up, shy but not insecure. "You must be Aiden," she said softly. "Thank you for meeting me." Her voice was quiet, the kind that made people lean in to listen. He nodded. "You're Ella?" She smiled. "Yes, I'm sorry if I don't look like I fit this place." That line stayed in his head. "I don't look like I fit this place." She said it like a confession, not an excuse. Outside, rain started tapping the windows. Inside, the music dimmed, and their conversation began. Not about careers or brands or travel, but about silence, about books she loved, about her mother's small garden that she missed. He asked what she did. She hesitated. "I'm between jobs right now," she admitted. "I used to work as a caretaker for an elderly woman. She passed away last month." Her eyes lowered, but there was no self-pity in them, just quiet grief. Aiden found himself listening more than speaking, a rare thing for him. Her words were simple, but they carried weight. Around them, the restaurant buzzed. Laughter, glass clinks, soft piano notes. Yet it felt like the world had slowed down just for their table. Still, he could feel the stares. His friends at the bar were whispering, laughing. He ignored it, but she noticed. She smiled faintly. "It's okay," she said. "People see what they want to see." That one sentence, "people see what they want to see," pierced through his pride. He realized how many times he had done the same. Judged too quickly. Valued the surface over the soul. Then came the turning point. The waiter brought the bill. Before Aiden could reach for it, Ella stopped him gently. "No, please. Let me pay for my part," she said. He almost laughed. "It's fine," he replied. But she insisted, taking out a few carefully folded notes from her old wallet. "It's not about money," she said softly. "It's about dignity." For a moment, Aiden didn't know what to say. The restaurant noise faded. Her words echoed louder than any conversation he'd had in years. When she stood to leave, he noticed her umbrella, broken, taped at the edges. He offered his car, but she smiled again. "I'm used to walking," she said. "It helps me think." And with that, she stepped out into the rain. He watched her through the glass, the way she didn't rush, didn't hide from the storm. The streetlights glowed on the puddles around her feet, and her reflection looked almost like it belonged in another world. Something inside him cracked open, quietly, without drama. For the first time, he saw beauty not in the polished, but in the pure. The next day, his secretary found him staring at the city skyline, lost in thought. He had canceled all his meetings. When she asked if he was all right, he simply said, "I met someone last night, and she reminded me what peace looks like." Days passed. He looked for her, not out of guilt but gratitude. When he finally found her again, she was volunteering at a community shelter, hair tied, sleeves rolled up, helping serve food to the homeless. She looked the same, simple, grounded, radiant in her own quiet way. He didn't approach immediately. He just watched her, the way she smiled, the way she listened to an old man's story like it was the only thing that mattered in the world. Later, when she saw him, her eyes widened in surprise. "Aiden?" He nodded. "I didn't expect to find you here," he said. She laughed lightly. "Neither did I, honestly. But this place reminds me what really counts." He smiled, and for once the CEO in him disappeared. "You were right," he said quietly. People see what they want to see. Last night I finally learned to look deeper. A long silence followed. Not awkward, but sacred. Rain started again outside and she turned to watch it fall. He asked, "Would you like to get coffee sometime?" She hesitated, then smiled. "Only if it's somewhere quiet." That day, something began. Not a romance born from luxury, but from understanding. He didn't fall for her clothes, or her background, or her face. He fell for the calm in her eyes, the kind of peace that no money could buy. In time, she became part of his world, not to fill it, but to ground it. Her presence softened his voice, slowed his pace, and reminded him that success without soul is just noise. Months later, at a charity event he organized in her name, he looked at her across the crowd. The same plain dress, the same simple grace, but now everyone saw what he saw that night. Not someone with nothing, but someone with everything that truly mattered. Some people arrive in our lives quietly. No sparkle, no show. Yet they leave a light that never fades. True worth is not in what we wear, but in what we carry within. The richest hearts often walk in with nothing and change everything. If this story moved you, like, comment, share your Kindness Valley thoughts below, and subscribe for more untold stories.